We've got this big framework for geometry, both for doing geometric calculations like what's the area and volume and center of gravity and the like, and can handle all these kinds of objects like we saw in the PDE model. This is just a piece of geometry within this framework. And we've also had the graphics world for a long time, which is more aesthetic, but actually they're tightly related. So first of all, we're still expanding out the geometry functionality, and we now have a way of being able to describe geometry symbolically in polar coordinates. And because it's symbolic, when I do things like area of that, we'll get symbolic results out here. So we can work out that the exact area of that is 19 pi by 2, but from a very elegant, without having to convert to Cartesian and back again, we can just state geometry in polar coordinates. We've also joined up some of the aesthetics. So if you're working in things like AR, or you want to visualize the geometry you're calculating, you shouldn't have to choose between looking nice and computing computationally. And actually, sometimes it helps just to understand what we're seeing. So here I'm taking two solid geometries and finding the geometric intersection between those, but I've given these aesthetic details and it's preserved that coloring into this geometric thing, which itself we could still compute with. So we're trying to blend those worlds. Geometries that come out of CAD package might have all kinds of interesting coloring information to make them look more realistic, and we don't have to throw that away now when we compute regions or computations across them. We've had this world of Euclidean geometry where we can describe things symbolically as a scene of intersecting circles and lines, and whether things are at right angles or can rotate or not, and then being able to work out conjectures. But they've always had this single visualization, and it's always nice to be able to make your stuff look nice as well. So if you're teaching with this kind of thing or publishing, then there is now the plot theme mechanism that gives quick, convenient ways of controlling the look of visualizations now applies to the geometric world as well. So there's minimal versions, there's colored versions, there's labeled versions, all at a single plot theme command.